The galaxy had never seen anything like it before. From the far reaches of a quiet solar system called Earth, a massive battleship suddenly appeared, cutting through the void of space like a shining fortress. It was unlike any other ship floating among the stars, enormous in size, covered with thick armor plates that gleamed under distant suns, and bristling with strange and powerful weapons that pulsed softly with energy. Its smooth hull held secrets of technology far beyond anything the various alien species had ever imagined, technology developed by humanity in secret for decades. The sudden jump from hyperspace sent waves of shock and awe rippling through the crowded sectors of the galaxy. Alien fleets which had once ruled their territories with confidence now froze in place, staring in disbelief. Whispers of Earth's rise had traveled across star systems for years, but many dismissed these tales as myths or exaggerations. No one had truly expected that the humans could build a battleship of such scale and power, capable of standing toe-to-toe with the most advanced war machines known to the galaxy. Inside the ship, Commander Elena Voss stood on the bridge, her calm eyes reflecting the stars ahead. She was a woman forged by challenges, trained to lead in moments when fear might grip others. Every decision she made, every command she gave, echoed with quiet confidence and steady purpose. The ship's crew, a mix of the best minds and bravest souls from Earth, worked in perfect harmony. Their training and discipline made them more than just soldiers. They were pioneers ready to carve humanity's name into the vast darkness. Sensors around the battleship swept the surrounding space, gathering information about nearby ships, star systems, and potential threats. Yet, the vastness offered no immediate challenge, only silence and distant points of light. Despite this calm, an electric tension filled the air. The arrival of such a vessel was a warning, a challenge, and a promise, all at once. Word of the battleship's appearance spread rapidly. Messages scrambled through communication channels, reaching distant worlds in hours. Leaders of powerful alien empires called for urgent meetings, some trembling at the thought of facing this new force. Diplomatic envoys prepared messages filled with cautious curiosity, but many secretly feared what Earth's intentions might be. As the battleship steadily advanced, it became clear this was no random visit or exploratory mission. Commander Voss had a destination in mind, the galactic core, the heart of civilization and power, where many alien races had built their strongest defenses. To her, this journey was not just about showing strength, but proving humanity's place among the stars. She believed Earth was ready to step out of the shadows and join the great galactic community, not as a weak newcomer, but as a force to be reckoned with. Yet beneath the surface of confidence, there was an unspoken understanding among the crew. They were walking into unknown danger, where any misstep could lead to disaster. The galaxy was a web of alliances and rivalries, and the arrival of Earth's battleship upset the delicate balance. Some would welcome humanity with open arms, hoping for new partnerships and shared progress. Others would see the humans as invaders, a threat to their power and traditions, and would not hesitate to strike first. The battleship moved through star clusters and nebulae, its engines glowing steadily. Outside the viewport, stars drifted, past like silent witnesses to history in the making. Inside, the hum of machines and the quiet voices of the crew filled the ship with life. Commander Voss often paused to look out into the endless night, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on her shoulders. She knew the eyes of the galaxy were watching, waiting for the first move, the first sign of weakness or strength. Every step forward was a message. Humanity was here, and they would not be ignored. As the battleship crossed into more crowded regions of space, alien scouts appeared on sensors, cautious but curious. The encounters were tense, filled with silent calculations and tests of will. None dared fire the first shot, for the battleship's reputation had spread quickly, and tales of its power had grown even more impressive with every retelling. It became clear that Earth's arrival was a turning point, a moment when the galaxy would change forever. The battleship was more than a weapon. It was a symbol of humanity's determination to rise above their small blue world and claim their place among the stars. The question lingering in the minds of everyone watching was simple but profound. What would the humans do next? Would they bring war, or would they offer peace? And could the galaxy survive the answer? The silence around the ship seemed to hold its own breath, waiting. Meanwhile, Commander Voss steeled herself for what was to come. She knew that their mission was bigger than just survival. No. It was about proving that humanity could be a force for good, a new power born from centuries of struggle and hope. Battleship was a beacon of that belief, shining brighter than any star. As it surged forward, breaking through old fears and doubts, the galaxy felt a chill run through its core. When Earth's battleship had arrived, the galaxy screamed, but not out of pain. It screamed out of a dawning realization that something new and unstoppable had entered the cosmic stage. The moment the battleship sent its first message across the stars, the entire galaxy paused. Alien diplomats sitting in their grand halls and high towers on countless worlds scrambled to respond. The message was clear, but unusual, a greeting of peace. But spoken with unmistakable strength and quiet resolve that could not be ignored, it was as if Earth was saying, "We come, without war, but do not mistake kindness for weakness." The galaxy's governing council, a collection of the most powerful and ancient species, immediately convened an emergency summit, their chambers filled with tension and uncertainty. Some representatives saw Earth as a promising new ally, a fresh force that could bring balance to a galaxy long divided by endless conflict. Others whispered fears and shadowed corners, worried that this new power was a threat too great to allow to grow unchecked. Suspicion hung in the air like a heavy fog, spreading unease even among those who wished for peace. The Council's discussions were intense, each faction debating how to respond to humanity's bold entrance onto the galactic stage. Meanwhile, Earth's battleship held its course, silent and unyielding, its crew prepared for whatever might come. Then, as if to answer the doubts with action, a hostile alien fleet suddenly appeared on the fringes of the ship's sensor range. Their intentions were clear: block the battleship's path and send a warning that Earth was not welcome. The aliens unleashed a barrage of energy blasts and missiles. Confident in their numerical superiority and the strength of their ships, but humanity's battleship was unlike any other in the galaxy. It responded with a calm precision that stunned observers across many systems. Advanced targeting systems locked onto the enemy vessels with ruthless accuracy. And the ship's powerful weapons unleashed a devastating counterattack. Each strike was calculated, designed to disable rather than destroy at first. But when the enemy persisted, the battleship's firepower escalated with overwhelming force. The battle was swift, a fierce dance of light and sound, with laser beams cutting through the void and explosions lighting up the darkness of space. Yet, through every attack, not a single human life was lost. The battleship remained unscathed, its armor and shields proving nearly impenetrable. Alien commanders watched in horror as their fleets were shattered one by one, their pride and power reduced to wreckage. What they had expected to be a quick victory turned into a brutal lesson in the strength and strategy of a species they had underestimated for too long. News of the battle spread faster than light, sending waves of shock and fear throughout the galaxy. Diplomats who had hoped to negotiate found themselves scrambling to rethink their positions, while military leaders grew anxious about the rising power they now faced. The battleship's destruction of the hostile fleet was not just a military victory, it was a powerful warning to all who doubted humanity's resolve. The message was clear: Earth was not a world to be trifled with. The fear that gripped the galaxy was no longer quiet or cautious, it was raw and widespread terror. The aliens realized that humanity had arrived with both the heart to seek peace and the might to defend itself fiercely if needed. Commander Alina Voss, watching the aftermath from the bridge, understood the gravity of what had just occurred. She knew that this battle would change everything: the balance of power, the alliances, and the future of the galaxy itself. But despite the fear and uncertainty her ship now inspired, she remained committed to a vision beyond war. Her mission was to show that humanity could be a beacon of strength and hope, capable of standing tall without crushing others beneath their boots. As alien envoys continued to send mixed messages of fear, respect, and cautious curiosity, the battleship sailed onward, a silent guardian, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The galaxy had been warned. Earth's battleship was here, and it had the power to shake the stars themselves. Beneath the towering steel walls and thick armor plating of Earth's battleship, hidden from the eyes of a watching galaxy, lay humanity's greatest secret, a treasure far more valuable than weapons or shields. For decades, Earth's brightest minds had worked tirelessly in secret, combining innovation, intelligence, and relentless determination to build a warship that was not only a fortress, but a marvel of technology. The battleship was not merely a machine of destruction. It was a living symbol of human ingenuity and unity. Deep inside the ship, in secure chambers illuminated by soft blue lights, teams of scientists and engineers monitored its most advanced systems. One of the ship's core marvels was an artificial intelligence unlike any other, a complex mind capable of learning and evolving even during battle. This AI could analyze enemy tactics in real time, adapting strategies on the fly and improving the ship's defenses and attacks with each encounter. Unlike older machines that followed rigid programming, Earth's AI thought like a commander, anticipating moves and countering threats with creative precision. Alongside the AI was the ship's revolutionary energy core, a source of nearly limitless power. This core, born from years of research into quantum energy and advanced materials, gave the battleship the ability to operate its powerful weapons and shields without fear of running out of fuel or overheating. It was a quiet storm inside the ship, a source of strength that pulsed with steady, unwavering energy. While alien experts from across the galaxy stared in amazement and frustration at the wreckage left by Earth's battleship, many tried desperately to understand its technology. Reverse engineering attempts were met with confusion and failure. The materials used were unknown to most species, and the integration of AI and energy systems was far beyond their reach. Every time alien engineers thought they were making progress, humanity's engineers had already moved forward, improving their systems with new upgrades and clever designs. This cycle of challenge and response became a game of wits and skill, showcasing the relentless spirit of Earth's creators. But the true power of the battleship was not just in its machines. It was in the people who built it and operated it there. Unity, their willingness to face danger together, and their ability to learn from every experience. Inside the ship, crews worked tirelessly, sharing knowledge and ideas in a culture of cooperation and respect. Each breakthrough, no matter how small, was celebrated as a step toward a brighter future. As news of the battleship's secrets slowly spread, the galaxy began to understand something important. Earth's strength was not simply brute force or advanced weapons. It was the unyielding spirit of ingenuity, resilience, and unity that humanity carried with it. This spirit was what made the battleship unstoppable and what made humans such a formidable presence in the galaxy. For the first time, many began to see Earth not just as a distant world, but as a new center of innovation and hope. Commander Elena Voss often walked through the ship's corridors, feeling a quiet pride mixed with deep responsibility. She knew the galaxy's eyes were on them, watching every move, waiting to see if humanity's power would bring destruction or change. The secrets beneath the steel were a promise that Earth was ready to protect itself, to grow stronger, and to offer a new path forward for all who dared to join. The battleship was no longer just a weapon. It was a beacon lighting the way into an uncertain but hopeful future. With every pulse of its core and every calculation of its AI, it whispered a message to the stars. Humanity was here not just to survive, but to thrive, innovate, and unite. The galaxy could either embrace this new dawn or resist it. But one thing was certain: nothing would ever be the same again. When the news of Earth's battleship's arrival and its unstoppable power spread through the galaxy, the existing powers could no longer ignore the threat it posed to their dominance. A coalition formed in secret, bringing together some of the most powerful alien species, all desperate to preserve their hold on the galaxy's political and military balance. These species, once rivals, now united in fear of the new force emerging from Earth, They gathered an enormous armada, hundreds of warships, each equipped with the latest weapons and technology, ready to confront the battleship that had challenged their authority. The chosen battleground was near a vital star system, crossroads of trade and military importance, where the fate of many would be decided. As the opposing fleets approached, the tension was almost unbearable. Commander Elena Voss stood on the bridge of the battleship, her expression calm but her mind alert to every detail. She knew the odds were against them, but she also trusted her crew's skill and the strength of their ship. When the battle began, space around the star system exploded with light and noise and energy beams cutting through the darkness like lightning, missiles streaking across the void and shields flaring under the assault. The clash was like nothing the galaxy had seen before, a breathtaking dance of destruction and survival. Despite being outnumbered, the battleship moved with unmatched precision. Its AI adjusted tactics instantly, coordinating strikes that targeted weak points in the enemy formations. Crew members worked in perfect harmony, each performing their tasks with speed and accuracy born from countless hours of training and experience. Commander Voss's leadership shone brightest in the chaos, clear commands cutting through the noise and inspiring her crew to push beyond their limits. As the battle raged on, the enemy armada's confidence began to waver. Their ships, designed to overwhelm through sheer numbers, found themselves outmatched by the battleship's superior technology and strategy. One by one, the alien vessels fell, disabled or destroyed, their fleets breaking apart under relentless pressure. The battle near the star system was fierce, but Earth's battleship stood firm, a towering symbol of resilience and power. The last hostile ship was silenced. The silence that followed was heavy with meaning. It was in that moment that Earth made its boldest move yet. Instead of pressing the advantage to demand submission or revenge, Commander Voss sent a message to the remaining leaders of the coalition, an offer unlike any the galaxy had ever heard. It was simple and direct: unite with Earth for a future of shared strength and peace, or face complete annihilation. The choice was clear, but the courage to offer it was extraordinary. For centuries, the galaxy had been ruled by fear, conflict, and fragile alliances. No newcomer had ever dared to challenge the old powers so openly, let alone offer unity instead of conquest. The message echoed through communication networks and diplomatic channels, sending shockwaves that reached every corner of the galaxy. Some leaders saw the offer as a chance to build a new era, where cooperation would replace endless war. Others viewed it as a threat, a challenge to their authority that could not be accepted. The galaxy was at a crossroads, caught between fear of the unknown and hope for a better future. Commander Voss understood the risks, but she believed in humanity's potential to bring change. The battleship's victory was not just a military success, it was a call to the galaxy to choose a new path, one where strength was matched with wisdom and unity. As the star system's skies slowly cleared from the battle's aftermath, the future remained uncertain. But one thing was sure: Earth's arrival had altered the course of history. The galactic challenge had been met with unmatched courage and resolve. And now the galaxy faced a decision that would shape generations to come. The battleship was ready for whatever came next, a silent guardian standing firm against the tides of fear and hatred. The galaxy had never seen anything like it before, and it would never be the same again. The war had ended, leaving the galaxy forever changed, and Earth's strength had become undeniable. The massive battleship, once feared and misunderstood, had become a symbol that resonated across countless star systems, a symbol of hope, resilience, and the limitless potential of humanity. The great coalition of alien powers, which had once stood united only by fear and the desire to maintain control, found themselves reluctantly accepting a new order, one shaped not by domination but by cooperation and respect. Slowly, walls of suspicion and hostility began to crumble as species that had long been rivals and enemies saw the wisdom in setting aside old grudges. The battleship, a towering fortress of steel and light, was no longer just a weapon of war, but a beacon that guided the galaxy toward a future filled with possibility. Commander Elena Voss stood on the bridge, gazing out at the stars that now seemed less distant and more welcoming than ever before. She knew the battleship's journey was far from over. Earth's mission to explore, learn, and connect with new worlds was only beginning. But the battleship's victories had opened doors that no one had dared to knock on before. Doors that led to alliances, discoveries, and shared progress. The galaxy watched with a mixture of awe and cautious anticipation as Earth prepared to reach beyond its solar neighborhood. Scientists, diplomats, and explorers from many species gathered to share knowledge and dreams. Inspired by humanity's courage and ingenuity, the once chaotic and divided star systems slowly began to unite in common goals: peaceful trade, scientific research, and joint defense against threats too large for any one species to face alone. The memory of the battleship's arrival, once a scream of terror echoing through the stars, transformed into whispers of admiration and respect. Stories of the battleship's strength and humanity's spirit became legends told in spaceports, council chambers, and quiet homes alike. But beneath this new era of hope, there was also a quiet vigilance. The galaxy had learned hard lessons about power, fear, and unity. Everyone knew that peace required effort and understanding, and that the battleship's presence was a reminder that strength and compassion must go hand in hand. Humanity had shown that it was possible to be powerful without being cruel, to lead without demanding submission, and to fight not for conquest, but for survival and dignity. The battleship was a living proof of these values, a fortress that protected not only Earth, but the dreams of countless beings who wished for a better future. As the ship's engines hummed softly, ready for new voyages into the unknown, the galaxy waited with bated breath for the next chapter. What new worlds would humanity find? What mysteries would be uncovered? And how would the bonds forged in the fires of conflict grow stronger? Commander Voss, standing at the helm, felt a deep sense of responsibility. She knew that every choice made from this point on would shape not just Earth's destiny, but the destiny of all who shared the stars. The battleship was more than a machine. It was a promise that the future could be brighter, kinder, and full of endless possibilities. The galaxy had changed from a place of fear and division into one where hope and unity could take root. Earth's arrival had sparked a new dawn, one that would shine across the cosmos for generations to come, reminding everyone that even in the darkest night, a single light could guide the way forward.